The Mouse, the Bird, and the Sausage. Once upon a time, in a cozy little cottage with a mossy roof, lived a mouse, a bird, and a sausage. They were the best of friends and shared everything, from their tiny home to all the daily chores. Every morning, after a shared breakfast of crumbs and dew, it was the bird's job to fly into the deep green forest. He would search for the driest twigs and branches to keep their home warm. While the bird was away, it was the mouse's job to fetch water. She would scurry to the old stone well with her little pail, her whiskers twitching with effort as she lowered it into the cool, dark water. And the sausage? The sausage was the cook. He had a very special, secret way of making every meal delicious. He would stay home and watch over the big soup pot that simmered on the hearth. When the bird and mouse returned, the table would be set, the fire would be crackling, and the most wonderful smell would fill the air. The sausage's special soup was always the perfect reward for a hard day's work. They lived this happy life for a long, long time. Their system was perfect, and each friend was perfectly content with their part. They knew that together they made a perfect team. One sunny afternoon, while the bird was gathering wood, he paused to rest on a branch. He chirped a happy tune as he sorted his sticks into a neat pile, proud of the fine collection he had found. Suddenly, another bird landed on the branch beside him. This bird was larger, with a puffed-out chest and a look that was not very friendly. "What are you so happy about?" the new bird squawked. The boastful bird bragged about his own life, how he did only important things. "You gather sticks?" he scoffed. "My goodness, you do all the hard work while your friends have it easy back home." "The mouse just lights a fire, and the sausage just sits in a pot all day," the other bird sneered. "They are taking advantage of you. You are nothing but their servant." After the other bird flew away, our bird sat alone for a long time. The mean words echoed in his head. Was it true? Were his friends lazy? The idea grew like a thorny weed in his heart. When the bird returned home, he did not sing his usual cheerful song. He flew through the door and threw his bundle of wood onto the floor with a loud clatter. The mouse, who was setting the table, jumped in fright. "I will not be the servant any longer," the bird announced, his voice trembling with anger. "We must change our jobs. It is not fair that I do all the work." The sausage peeked out from the kitchen, his cheerful face now filled with worry. "Dear bird," pleaded the mouse, rushing to his side, "please don't say that. Our system works so well. We are all happy." The sausage came forward too. "She is right," he said softly. "If we change our ways, disaster will surely follow." But the bird would not listen. The other bird's words had poisoned his thoughts. He turned his back on his friends. "No," he chirped stubbornly. "We must try something new. It is decided." Seeing that their friend would not change his mind, the mouse and the sausage sadly agreed. Their hearts were heavy with a sense of dread, so they decided to swap jobs the very next day. The next morning, the sausage set off for the forest to fetch the wood. He was not used to walking so far, and the tiny axe they had given him felt very strange. He tried to be brave, but the wood seemed dark and scary. The sausage had not gone far when a big, hungry dog came trotting down the path. The dog stopped and stared. He had never seen a sausage walking by itself before. "What a delicious-looking snack," the dog thought, and in one quick pounce, he gobbled the poor sausage up. Back at the house, the mouse was in charge of cooking. She lit the fire and filled the pot with vegetables, but she was stumped. How did the sausage make the soup so tasty? She wondered, peering into the big pot. Then she remembered. Ah, yes, he swam in the pot to season it. To be a good cook like her friend, the little mouse bravely climbed up the side of the hot pot and jumped in. But the boiling water scalded her instantly. Meanwhile, The bird was at the well. He soon discovered that fetching water was not as easy as it looked. The bucket was heavy, and his wings were not made for pulling ropes. He flapped and struggled, huffing and puffing with the effort. When the bird finally returned with the water, the house was strangely quiet. "Mouse? Sausage?" he called out. "I'm home." But there was no answer. An awful silence filled the cozy cottage. Panicked, the bird searched for his friends. He looked into the pot on the hearth and saw the poor mouse. A terrible cry of grief escaped his beak. His demand for change had led to this. In his shock and sorrow, the bird dropped the heavy bucket of water. It splashed everywhere, putting out the fire with a loud hiss. But as the fire died, one last angry flame leaped up and caught the wooden rafters of the house. The cottage was on fire. Desperate to save his home, the bird flew back to the well for more water. But in his haste and panic, he leaned too far over the edge. He lost his balance, tumbled into the dark well, and was never seen again. And so, because they were not content with their happy life, all three companions were lost.